Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition.
You might likely need to switch between different platforms to get the best components for your apps. Furthermore, the biggest drawback of these platforms is the lack of community support and available resources. This shortage of knowledgeable material is even more pronounced if you've just made the switch from traditional programming, where you can find countless developers in a multitude of programming languages. Traditionally, developers can always find online resources, aids, and courses, as well as communities for outsourcing. Unfortunately, you will find these resources missing in the low-code and no-code ecosystem. In addition, enterprise low-code and no-code platforms can be pretty expensive. If you opt for smaller and mid-tiered versions, that will be softer on your wallet. And it could become even more costly if you're compelled to bounce between iterations of both versions. As these solutions become more common, we can expect more challenges to come forth. Right now, these solutions are in their initial phase, and not much is apparent. When to use low-code versus no-code. Although low-code and no-code platforms are very similar, and it's hard to distinguish between them at the UI level, there are still many differences that set them apart. While they may share similar interfaces at the user level, there are countless minor differences in design and functionality that set the two apart. Both platforms focus on making the development process simpler and faster. But how does one know which platform to use and in which scenarios? If we were to break down the functionality of the two, low-code platforms would generally be preferred for standalone apps and portals. Also, if you're looking to develop mobile and web apps or portals that need to be integrated with other systems, low-code is the best option for you. Generally, low-code is very extensive and can be used for many programs, apps, and portals, besides mission-critical systems that need integration with multiple external data sources. People with essential coding knowledge can use low-code tools, so chances are, you won't have to worry about security or compliance issues, as they will take care of it for you. On the other hand, no-code tools and platforms are not applicable for back-end cases and only work for front-end use. Although their attraction lies in the fact that they are straightforward and do not require any specific training, they are more restricted in their functionality. If you're looking to develop simple apps and don't need any customization, no-code will suit you better. In any other scenario, low-code is the right choice for you, allowing you to build user-friendly and customizable apps. They're also relatively easy to get the hang of, helping you save time compared to traditional programming. Both low-code and no-code platforms are suitable for creating business and technical apps aimed at operational efficiencies, such as computerizing manual processes or incorporating business processes and management procedures. Organizations can utilize them to modernize their existing systems, bringing their interface up to the cloud, incorporating new technologies like IoT and AI, and transforming their digital framework. They can also create business apps meant to be used as customer engagement platforms by workers or between business partners and shareholders. Having said that, the solitary shortcoming of these platforms is that they can only create apps that feature no complex programming requirements or customization. Are low-code and no-code the future? Expect to see low-code and no-code tools playing an ever-increasing role in app development. By the end of this decade, more than half of medium to large organizations are expected to make the switch to low-code and no-code platforms for their businesses. Even if these platforms do not entirely replace traditional programming, they will account for a large percentage of the total number of applications developed. As organizations are moving towards remote operations, the appeal of low-code and no-code solutions has undoubtedly grown. It seems more feasible to delegate development within the organization than hiring professional IT experts, especially when dealing with multiple projects. And these sources arm companies to jump into development without having to hire new recruits. Also, no-code and low-code tools seem to equalize the playing field, allowing smaller organizations to keep up with large companies with access to highly qualified experts. Smaller organizations can utilize their existing resources better and develop apps indigenously with ease, thanks to such tools. However, it would be erroneous to say that these two options are the future of app development and will be the new normal in the digital world. They're excellent tools for developing mobile or departmental version 1 apps, but when it comes to making changes and updating to version 2, 3, or higher, they fall short. Furthermore, these platforms are not suitable for enterprise-wide deployment, and they can accrue technical debt while contributing to backlogs. Therefore, it's a good idea to choose a platform that can combine the user-friendliness and visual appeal of low-code development with the productivity, integration, and customization of traditional programming. The ideal platform should allow you to build apps faster and are primed for functionality without security or compliance issues. As of now, numerous software vendors provide both low-code and no-code platforms, and some of these platforms even run on the cloud. In the future, we can expect to see low-code platforms cater more towards enterprise adoption, offering faster development and customization. However, do not expect low-code platforms to replace traditional programming and development methods completely. Low-code tools will continue to fill new niches, such as re-engineering technology stacks and ecosystems. Professional developers have started incorporating them in development to assist them in monotonous programming tasks. But they haven't begun to depend on these processes completely. The areas where low-code platforms were most extensively used were business process or workflow apps, customer engagement apps, and mobile front ends. Their scope is now expanding and filling new niches, such as employee contract tracing apps. However, we can expect enterprises to stick to traditional programming and app development since they require extensive functionality, data governance, customizations to specific environments, and strict compliance regulations.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.